But here we are, my friends. Most of you probably knew these things before November 2008. The rest of America has quickly learned them. And now this Tea Party movement is properly winning the hearts and minds of the American people. We sent statist governments packing in Richmond. And here in Trenton, we show the world that our ideas can prevail. We showed the world that our ideas can prevail anywhere when we demonstrated that there is no such thing as Ted Kennedy's seat in traditional liberal Massachusetts. There's only the people's seat. And here's the bottom line I know all of you know well. Soon enough, 7 months from now, this Tea Party movement's voice will be heard in this year's elections, and it is going to be heard loudly. It's been said before, but let's repeat it here today. It's true that all of us have major problems with the modern Democratic Party in this nation, even those of us who call ourselves Democrats, and its big government solutions to seemingly everything. But we are truly a nonpartisan movement, and I believe that anyone seeking the Tea Party movement's support would be well received if they embraced these 6 core principles. First, it is the view of the Tea Party movement that we do not derive our liberties from government. We derive them from God. Our Declaration of Independence, in its first paragraph, cites the laws of nature's God. Our Constitution, also in its first paragraph, cites the blessings of liberty, blessings given us by God. And so this Tea Party movement does not prescribe any religious remedy for America, but we do say that our liberty is nothing less than God's gift. Defending it is an obligation of all of God's children. And those who seek to take it violate the law of nature's God. This Tea Party movement knows that American liberty, like the earth we walk on, like the air we breathe, is nothing short of a gift of God. Second, our laws, all of them, must stem from the powers afforded, or not afforded, our government under the United States Constitution. This is why we in the Tea Party movement say Congress should pass the Enumerated Powers Act, which will require it to justify what provision of the Constitution empowers it to take all of its legislative actions. If we had the Enumerated Powers Act in place today, could any of us doubt the question would be asked, what provision permits the federal government of the United States to require its citizens to purchase a product they do not want? What provision permits them to continue to erode Second Amendment rights when that provision states clearly that the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be abridged? What provision permits them to enter and enforce any legislation that is more properly reserved to the states under the 10th Amendment provisions? You know this provision. It reads quite simply that the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution nor prohibited to it by the states are restricted to the states or the people respectively. And we would not even have to debate whether it is proper for the federal government of this nation to be running banks, insurance companies, automobile companies, mortgage companies, and the like if we took the moment out to say, does our Constitution permit it? It does not. Keeping American free enterprise alive means that all companies are afforded both the right to succeed and the right to fail. And consistent with that, we here today thank this new great governor, and I thank this great governor for all his new initiatives. Governor Christie, I hope you'll be okay, but here today, we call you a Tea Party governor. And we are your people. that you instruct the state's attorney general to join the dozens of other states in suing the federal government to exempt New Jersey from the unconstitutional provisions of Obamacare. Sue this federal government. They are operating in unconstitutional ways. Governor Christie, you will have the support of the people of New Jersey fully. You will have the support of the Tea Party movement, and you will be a hero among American governors if you do only this. Our third principle, the United States of America in 200 years established from nothing. Nothing, really. The world's largest economy, bar none. A miracle, really. We did this by rejecting the centralized economic schemes of Europe and elsewhere. As the Soviet Union and China and other nations waged war against the individual, America embraced individual rights as core to its growth and core to its uniqueness. This Tea Party movement knows that prospects for economic growth do not come from Washington. They come from American individuals and from free enterprise. The Tea Party movement knows these have been the key to our growth historically, our unparalleled growth, and they represent the path out of this current mess right now. Our message is simple. This nation and this state are overtaxed. We need deep and immediate tax relief, and we need it now. Fourth, this Tea Party movement believes in the United States as a nation, and that means that we secure our borders and take reasonable steps to enforce our laws against illegal citizenship. America has been, and it will always be a nation of immigrants. New Jersey has always been a state of immigrants. But those who enter this nation will do so by obeying the law, not violating it. And so we send this message today that if amnesty is, as I truly believe, the next legislative initiative of this Congress and this administration, they can count on our forceful opposition. That is not the path that serves the United States of America. Fifth, and this is a huge issue here in the Garden State, this Tea Party movement believes that government should not impede on the American people to hold their public educational systems accountable. Let me be clear, Mr. Obama spends some $60,000 a year, so he does not have to send his two daughters to Washington, D.C.'s notoriously flawed public schools. Good for him for doing that. But no American parent should be denied the right to remove their child from a failing school. This Tea Party movement rejects the notion, as you may have read from the Science Czar here the past week, that we need to get used to second-tier schools. No, sir. We support the right of all parents to school choice, not just to those who can afford that luxury, and we support that right now, not after another generation of our children are lost. Sixth, and finally, this Tea Party movement draws its inspiration from limited government, from adherence to our Constitution. But this movement also recognizes, as I know all of you recognize, that the United States must continue to maintain its defenses and protect American interests wherever they are threatened. Let there be no confusion. The national security and foreign policy of this nation is not run by the United Nations. It is not run by the World Bank. It is not run by the International Monetary Fund. It is run by the people of the United States through its government, and it is accountable to them.